Anyway, it's 22 minutes past 8 o'clock here on 994 Road. The Boodles Big Breakfast, and joining me now is the member for Moraine, Glen Kelly. G'day, Glenn. How are you, mate?
How are you, mate?
Living the dream and all that stuff?
Well, we try to, don't we?
We try to. That's all we can do is just try. As Yoda says. There is no try. No, he says it's only do. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Mate, you want to talk about a few things today, including the mining coroner's bill was debated this week.
Yeah. So we're back in Brisbane this week, the sitting, and the mining coroner's bill is, well, it kicked off last night, the debate on that. And, this is this was a Crisafulli government commitment to tidy things up here. The Mining Warden's Court, they axed this this was axed by Labor in 2001, and the Mining and Resources Coroner was an election promise, election commitment, and here we are today where we'll be debating it in full swing. And I mean, this bill is establishes a dedicated Mining and Resources Coroner to conduct coronial investigations and mandatory inquests for all mining-related reportable deaths. So this removes previous discretion of a coroner to conduct an inquest into a mining-related death. So, I mean, that's a pretty big thing. It's it's trying to get things out on the table and get it right. And this coroner may also choose to conduct inquests for reportable deaths outside of the scope. So, such as death through self-harm, which is suicide, obviously, or when commuting to and from the mine site. So it's a pretty open thing. There was a bit of debate went on there last night where our government's just zeroed in on several things. It's only about on mine sites, but it's a bit more open than that. But that's fair enough. That's what debate's all about. So today will be, or this afternoon, we go back in at 2 o'clock and this will come up, and certainly there'll be plenty of action in there, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, definitely, and I know that type of thing can rock communities, such small communities. Any death definitely in mining is just, it's a huge thing.
It is, mate, and it for the families it's terrible, that all they just want is answers, and in most times, and so no, this is so important to get it right, and the Crisafulli government's certainly delivering on that, as it's been recognised. The previous government didn't recognise it, even though the way they carried on last night, you'd think they were across it, but it should have been brought forward before last night and today. So, no, we'll certainly get this right today, and moving forward for the workers of the mining industry, which is so important for Queensland.
You also want to touch on giant rat's tail grass.
Yeah, so giant rat's tail grass is something that, especially for the agricultural industry, it's a big issue right up and down the east coast of Queensland, and it is starting to sneak out into the western country too, unfortunately. It's something that hasn't been around just for 5 minutes. It's been around for 30-odd years, and for landholders that have got it, it's a very hard grass to deal with when it comes to pasture management. It's a grass that's very low in protein and can cause a lot of issues when it comes to, you think you've got a big paddock of grass, but when it comes to trying to fatten the cattle on it, it's absolutely useless. And we had a forum in Mackay the other day, and it was very successful. I think there was nearly 40 people turned up to that. So it was a good forum because there was a lot of fors and against. The people in the room were certainly people that were trying to do something with this grass. They know the issues of this grass, and I learned a bit myself, and out of that, obviously, to listen and learn, and there is fungi out there that can work with this, and there's also, I think, too, just farm practice, better management. Some were saying you have to burn it, others were saying you can't burn it, others were saying a coal burn, some were saying a hot fire, but at the end of the day, I think there are ways and methods of treating this stuff, and moving forward with rat's tail grass, I'd like to see another forum. Well, I'm going to try and have one, or will have one, down in the southern end of the electorate, and if I can get 40 people to that as well, it would be great. So just watch this space, and we'll certainly advertise when we can have that forum down my end of the electorate.
Yeah, awesome. Sounds good. Sounds like something's been done, which is just the main thing. You want to touch on Altona Downs having a big party this weekend?
Alton Downs Hall, 120 years anniversary. It's amazing. The old Alton Downs Hall out there on Ridgelands Road, it kicks off at 9:30 morning tea and celebrations, and goes through to about 11 or half past 11, 12 o'clock. Bring your memories along. I'll certainly be going out there to say good day. Peter Craig, he's an older gentleman, and by gee whiz, he certainly has put that Alton Downs Hall on the map over the last many year, and there'll be a lot of familiar old faces there and young faces as well. So come along and say good day, and it's really good. Alton Downs Hall is something that it's a bit of an icon out there. Everyone knows where it is. So come along, have a good morning, and we'll say good day.
Awesome. And finally, you just want to touch on grants that are available.
Yeah, mate. So Gambling Community Benefit Fund. So it's another fund, that benefit fund that we have. You know, if there's an air conditioning or something you want done with maybe a community hall or something like that, but that grant is up to $35,000, and applications close on the 31 of October. And then we have the honouring our veterans grant. So this is a good one. These grants are valued from $75,000 for minor projects up to $250,000 for a major project, and so this is really good, recognising the veterans and how important it is. And just for an example, if it gives you some idea and help, but the Mount Morgan RSL wants to get an S-bend path at Anzac Park to make their cenotaph more accessible to the people up there. So this is what it's all about, and so that closes on the 14th of November. But for anyone out there that's listening, please get onto our office on 48060700, because we're there to help. I think this is a really good one here, and also Queensland Veterans and Veterans Family Strategy workshop is on in Rocky next Wednesday. So if anyone is interested, please call our office, and we'll go from there.
Awesome. Thanks, Glenn. Appreciate it, mate.
Hey, good on you, and we'll talk soon, eh?
No worries, mate. You take care of yourself.
Thanks, bud.
That is Glen Kelly, the member for Morini, here on 994 RO.